Today I will teach you the lesson about multiplication rules. So let's start with the warm-up. Marco bought 4 polo shirts for $6 each. So there are two keywords, 4 polo shirts and $6 each. So if we have to pay $6 for this polo shirt, 6 for this, 6 for this, and 6 for this, we add them up, it's gonna equal 24. Is there another way we can write this expression? Yes, we can, because we add 6 4 times. So we can take 4 multiplied by 6 and that equal 24. So what are the different simple form multiplication that we use? So when we study in kindergarten, we use 5 and we use a little x multiplied by a. So this is 5 times a equal 40. But in middle school, we try to not using the x as a multiplication. So we're going to replace the x by the little dot in the middle. So 5 times a equal 40. Or we can use parentheses. 5 parentheses a equal 40. So let's start with this problem. 4 times 6. We can call as 4 groups of 6. When we decompose, since we say 4 groups of 6, we need to write 6 4 times. And we add them together. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 equal 24. Since 4 is a positive number, 6 is a positive number, so positive multiply positive, the answer is a positive answer. The next one, 4 groups of negative 6. That means we have to write negative 6 4 times. We study that we can add them together, so minus 6 equal negative 12. Negative 6 minus 6 equal negative 12. Negative 12 minus 12 equal negative 24. So the answer here is negative 24. So 4 is a positive number. Negative 6 is a negative number. Positive multiply negative, the answer is a negative answer. The next problem we have is negative 4 times 6. So we say is the opposite. So keep in mind, we're gonna use the opposite to represent the negative number. Okay, so we're gonna say the opposite of 4 groups of 6. So when we see the opposite, we put the negative. Then the opposite of what? The opposite of 4 groups of 6. So we have 4 groups of 6. And we add them together. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 equal 24. And we have the negative outside. So the final answer is negative 24. So simplified answer is negative 24. So negative multiply positive equal negative. Next problem. When we have negative 4 multiplied by negative 6. So once again we see the negative. So that is the opposite. The opposite of 4 groups of negative 6, right? So the opposite, that means we put the negative. And the opposite of what? The opposite of 4 groups of negative 6. So we're going to write negative 6 4 times. And then we're going to simplify the inside parenthesis. It's negative 12 minus 12. And it's still inside parenthesis. And it's going to be negative 24 inside parenthesis, right? So now we see two negatives next to each other. So we learned that whenever we see the two negatives next to each other, it's going to change to a positive. So the final answer is positive 24. So negative times negative is positive. So please write this table down to your notebook. Whenever you have a positive multiply a positive, you will have a positive answer. If you multiply a positive to a negative, you will have a negative answer. If you multiply the negative to a positive, you will have a negative answer. And if you multiply the negative to the negative, you will have a positive answer. Okay, so now let's try this one. I have to sort the cards into equivalent value to make a 3 groups. So I will look for the phrase first, okay? So 5 groups of 4. When we say 5 groups of 4, 5 groups of 4. 3 groups of negative 4. 3 groups of negative A. So we can match them right away, right? 5 groups of 4, 3 groups of negative 4, 5 groups of 4. We can move it like this. 3 groups of negative 4, 3 groups of negative 4, 3 groups of negative 8, okay, so far so good. So 3 groups of negative 8 equal negative 24. 5 groups of 4 equal 20. 3 groups of negative 4 equal 12. Now let's take a look at this picture right here. What do you see? You see right here we have 3 groups. And for each group it is 4 bar. So this is 3 groups of 4. So we're gonna move this to 3 groups of 4. It doesn't look like we have 3 groups of 4. So let's look at it again. We say this is 3 groups of 4, right? 3 groups of 4. What do we miss? We're missing this go to the negative side. So it can be 3 groups of negative 4. So now it makes sense. We're gonna move here 3 groups of negative 4. Let's look at this picture right here. How many groups do I see? I see 5 groups in total. I see 5 groups in total. How many bars for group I see? There are 4 bars per groups. And it is go to the positive number. So it can be 5 groups of 4. And then I will move under here, 5 groups of 4. And the last picture, let's look at that. How many groups do I see? I see 3 groups. And how many bars per group I see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I see 8 bars in total. The next one I need to pay attention is that go to the negative side? It is. So we put negative 8. So this is 3 groups of negative 8. So I will move this to 3 groups of negative 8. And I just finished this slide. So the next slide is going to be almost the same thing. The opposite of 2 groups of 10. So when we mention the opposite, that is the negative. So negative 2 multiplied by 10. And that's equal negative 20. Okay, we're done with one. We're going to pick the graph later. The opposite of 6 group of negatives 2. So the opposite means negative. 6 group of negative 2 is right here. And Negative multiply negative, the answer will be a positive, so positive 12. Okay. Two groups of negative 6, so this, and 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. So now let's take a look here. It looks like I have two groups of negative 6, so I will move it to two groups of negative 6. This one I have the opposite two groups of 10. So this one. And the last one I have 6 groups of negative 2. And I have the opposite of them. So that means right here. Okay. Now let's simplify it. Negative 5 multiplied by 12. Negative times positive, the answer will be a negative answer. So 5 times 12 is 60, so negative 60 is the answer. Negative 11 times negative 8, so negative times negative, the answer is a positive. 11 times 8 is 88, so positive 88. 6 times negative 9. Positive times negative, the answer will be a negative answer. 6 times 9 is 54. Negative 54. Negative 3 times negative 4, the answer will be a positive, and 3 times 4 is 12. Now let's practice. I have an expression 5 times negative 10. Positive times negative, the answer will be a negative 50. Negative 4 times negative 9. Negative times negative, the answer will be a positive. 4 times 9 is 36. Positive 36. Negative 2 times negative 25. Negative times negative, which is a positive, and 2 times 25 is 50. Negative 6 times 6, the answer will be a negative answer, and 6 times 6 is 36, so negative 36. 0 times negative 100, whatever number multiplied with 0, that will be 0. Thank you.